According to Caroline Myss, author of Anatomy of the Spirit, The 7 Stages of Power and Healing, our biography becomes our biology. What does that mean, you might ask? It means bio, life, and graphy, story, our life story becomes our biology, our actual existence, both internally and externally. The internal dialogue that takes place in our minds causes feelings in our hearts, which creates these stories that construct our reality. So essentially, the stories that we tell ourselves and believe to be true can either make us wounded or worthy. This TED Talk is taking place during International Women's Her Story Month. Now, I'm sure we can all agree that we each know at least one phenomenal woman who is worthy of recognition. Please join me by honoring every woman across the planet with a round of applause. I know numerous women who are worthy of recognition for their remarkable resilience, one of which is my mother, Dominga Patterson, who had me at 16 years old on February 22nd, 1989. With a 16-year age gap, my mother and I are more like sisters than mother and daughter. During my mother's early stages of childhood, she created stories of survival. And that's exactly what we did. Sometimes together, most of the time apart. I was fortunate to have many surrogate mothers, too many to name, who stepped in when my mother wasn't able to step up. These women welcomed me into their home and did their best to treat me as their own. They showered me with tender, nurturing affection, and I rejected it. I rejected it because I felt rejected by my own mother. I wanted kisses and hugs and tickles and home-cooked meals, just not from them. The story that I told myself was that my mother didn't love me. And if my mother didn't love me, neither did they. Or my friends, or men I was involved with, or anyone for that matter. Some of the first stories we begin to tell ourselves are about our relationship with our mother. And my beginning story was about rejection. Rejection was the foundation of my biography for 28 years. And guess what? It turned into my biology. On January 13th, 2018, I woke up laying in my own blood. I went to the emergency room and I was told that I had 6 fibroids, the biggest the size of a centimeter. I knew I had to bring peace between my wounded self and my worthy self. I dedicated my life to spiritually healing my wounded womb and giving birth to a new version of myself by changing my narrative. It was time for forgiveness. But I didn't have to forgive my mother, who said hurtful things under the influence. I didn't have to forgive my ex, who overstepped boundaries that he didn't know I had in place. I had to forgive myself. I had to forgive myself for expecting my mother to be anyone other than who she is. I had to forgive myself for not honoring my intuition when spirit screamed not to be involved with certain men. So I looked in the mirror on a daily basis until I believed myself and said, I love you, Ronisha. I'm sorry, Ronisha. I forgive you, Ronisha. Looking into my own eyes and speaking those words was the hardest thing I ever had to do. But it taught me to take responsibility for my own actions and to hold myself accountable. And I realized that prayer was more about affirming than requesting. And I affirm that now I am feeling like who I am and nothing like what I'm not. Accepting what is, letting go of what isn't. I have arrived, y'all. No longer am I a prisoner of my mind, held captive by my thoughts. Finally, I am at home in my own skin. Pain evicted me way back when. My transformation to emancipation was uncomfortable. It went something like this. I don't know. What do I know? I want to know. I know nothing now that I know I am. And not that I am I claimed to be when I thought I was the baddest. INDEPENDENT. Do you know what that means? Yes, I do. It meant I had a false sense of confidence. How could I love me when I had yet to meet myself? Peace. My name is Ronnett Shadon. I used to be 22 inches long, jet black Brazilian hair straightened with side bangs, 745 small eyelash strips bought from the beauty supply on Downey in Artesia, or installment eyelashes individually extended from my eyelids done by Helen at Nails on LA in Compton. Pressed on fingertips, baby soft smooth heels at the bottom of my feet from a fresh pedicure, eyebrows perfectly arched looking hella good, not feeling good. Big booty, so they call me big booty. Clogged intestines, could not eliminate low energy, no energy, zombie exposed. So I covered myself in new upscale ratchet attire for the turn up at GS. Far from dumb, associated sex with love, I'm great at any and everything I put my mind to. Society taught me to be seductive and I mastered it. You want me. You don't know you want me yet, but you do. I want nothing more than to be accepted instead of rejected. So I put my life on display for the world to see. Instagram popping, hashtag get like me. Facebook used to inspire, introduction to the hidden me, dying to breathe. Stop smothering me with your judgment. Quit loving me under your conditions. I am not remnants of a generational curse. I am not a hoe. I am not a boo. I am not a side chick. I am not your shorty. I am not a bad bitch. In fact, there's nothing bad about me except the mental waste I eliminate. I'm all good. I put that on the hood. I'm good. I'm goddess. I rock ancient hips. These hips have rocked back and forth for centuries, creating life, not illusions. How dare you call me the face of destruction? I am every woman. The eve before the break of dawn into new light. Call me Mother Earth. Stop polluting my ocean, killing my root chakra. I am not who you say I am. I am not the mistakes I had to learn again. I am more than my mother's choices. I am victorious. I am love. I am light. I am darkness. I am bold. I am free. And most importantly, I am worthy. And I know you know this. But you are worthy. When we place that crown of worthiness upon our heads, honey, we are not moved by compliments or insults. We move to the rhythm of our own beat because we know we are our ancestors, reincarnated, giving birth to all new things by awakening the truth inside of each and every one of us. So no longer will we walk about this world telling wounded stories of defeat. Instead, we will tell our stories through the eyes of royalty. And so it is. Thank you.